The 14 Pro is a very good iPhone to buy if you're on a budget and then you want to try out the Apple experience, the iOS experience precisely, and then you want a device that has a very decent compromise between all the features you're looking for. And why is that? If you pick one of those up, the phone is quite heavy. I would say if you drop it down, it could even make a crater in the ground. That's thanks to its stainless steel frame. In my opinion, it's a dated design. Yeah, we have moved on with curved aluminum on the base iPhones, probably even the upcoming 17 Pro. And then we have titanium, also curved. We have brushed titanium on both the 15 and 16 Pros. But some people still prefer the 13 Pro and 14 Pro. Like the stainless steel build actually feels more premium when you hold it. It makes your phone feel expensive. Although I would say it's a pain to deal with if you have the Pro Max. Performance-wise, A16 Bionic, 6 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM, 5-core GPU, 6-core CPU. It's not the best, obviously, but I'll tell you with full confidence though, the phone can still trade blows with even the latest Google Pixel. Yeah, the benchmarks are still better than the Pixel 10s. Take a look at this angle. iOS 26 has these upgrades to Metal. Due to that, in short, when you run benchmarks on iOS 8, now compare them to iOS 26 benchmarks, like Geekbench, for instance, iOS 26 Geekbench 6 on this particular 14 Pro, it has more than 200 plus points to the multi-core score where you compare it with the score on iOS 18. So I'll tell you guys, there is some magic Apple did in iOS 26 that just makes the CPU and GPU do better. And it's real. I tried out games, Brawl Stars, Call of Duty. They are both demanding online games. Call of Duty, for instance, plays 120 FPS. And the 14 Pro has no problem handling it even on iOS 26. There is no case of overheating. Honestly, I'll say if you want to game, the 14 Pro is more than sufficient. The only place you might lack is probably battery life. We'll get to that in a moment. The display. That display is a very good reason to consider it. It has identical specs with the 16 Pro display besides those bezels. 2000 nits, both of them 1 to 120 Hz LTPO panel, both of them always on display, both of them Dolby Vision HDR10, and every other thing, both of them. Yeah, there is no difference at all besides the 6.3-inch on the 16 Pro and also slimmer bezels, that's all. What you notice though, cameras. Yeah, we have only a single 48 megapixel lens. Thankfully, it's on the lens everyone uses the most. That's the main lens. My problem here is that while the hardware is very stellar, they gave it Smart HDR4, unlike the Smart HDR5 we have on the iPhone 15 Pro. So the 15 Pro and 14 Pro have identical rear cameras, but due to that software difference, the 15 Pro pictures look a lot better. You'd see even in night mode and how it handles glare from the sun and other kinds of stuff. The 15, even the base 15 does better than the 14 Pro. Also, you can take 24 megapixel HEIF images on the base 15 and 15 lineup in general. We can't do that on the 14 Pro and Pro Max due to software limitations. Still, it's not really a big deal. It's just something you should take note of. After all, I'm using the 14 Pro to take this awesome video you're watching. Along with the cameras, we have that cool flashlights that's exclusive to only Pro iPhones from the 14 Pro upwards. That's right, you can't get that on the base 15, 14 and 16s. Only the Pros. You can adjust the light angle besides just adjusting the brightness, which you can do on every other iPhone out there. What doesn't come in handy is the battery. Test 200 milliampere hours on the 14 Pro. I would say it could last better than the 13 Pro, but it's more or less equals 13 Pro in terms of how it does, and the battery has this tendency to degrade faster than 13 Pro's battery. So if you're looking for a battery, the 14 Pro is not really the phone. I would say go with the base 15 or get a 16 Pro. Yeah, because even the 15 Pro, the battery is good, but I feel like with enough cycles, it would wear down also and behave like a 14 Pro. But all the same, if you get a 14 Pro with decent enough battery percentage, or even replace it if possible, you will get good battery health. With all of this, I'll still tell you the 14 Pro is a very awesome iPhone. I own one, I daily drive it. I have never regretted owning it. It does a lot. The camera is incredible. That 3x telephoto zoom, for instance, it's very awesome for taking portrait images. You'd love it for portraits specifically. So if you have a 14 Pro, I want to know what's your experience like with that device, and do you really think the device is forcing your hand to replace it? Let me know in the comments.